IMPERIUM Romanum is possibly one of the wildest things to come out of in a big while in the Balkan machinima and parody community. From a very weird storyline, wacky characters, it has everything it takes to be a good parody on the Balkan YouTube scene. But what even is this absolute fever dream of a series? Well, I have decided that it's my job to share this absolute masterpiece of a foreign cinematography to the world. So sit back, relax, grab some snacks and drinks, and let's take a deep dive into the world of IMPERIUM Romanum. IMPERIUM Romanum is a Croatian Fortnite parody machinima created by AM and released on the FV Content channel on July 24th, 2025. It is divided into two parts, with the third part being set to release in late 2025 or early 2026. The editing is honestly impressive considering the fact that he has done everything by himself, from writing, recording, voice acting and music production. It follows the story of Zdenko Putar and his journey to avoid the Roman Empire, or as the show always refers to it, as IMPERIUM Romanum. And now you might be asking, why is the guy even avoiding anything related to the once great empire? Well, it all comes down to this seemingly random woman who turns out to be a witch, Anna Markovic. Now that we have gotten the basics out of the way, we can start discussing the plot of the first two episodes. The series starts in Hogwarts with a confrontation between Zdenko and Anna. However, it cuts short after Anna screams the shit out of her and teleports him directly to the IMPERIUM Romanum. While walking around trying to find a way out, Julius Caesar comes down from the sky, offering him to help. Turns out he actually knows who Anna Markovic is and is more than willing to help Zdenko take her out. Once he helps him return to Hogwarts, Anna attempts to send Zdenko back, but Caesar uses a counter-attack and teleports her to the ancient Greece, to the top of Mount Olympus, where she jumps off the statue and heads out on her own. So, for a parody, it's not a bad introduction of the main characters. We immediately understand what is going on in this world and what kind of personality each character has. Zdenko is an ignorant young man who refuses to learn anything about history, and Anna is a witch trying to force him to learn, believing that IMPERIUM Romanum was, and will be, everything. Oh, Zdenko! Episode 2 of IMPERIUM Romanum is 5 times longer than the first one. I honestly have no idea where he gets his ideas, but good for him. And for the viewers, of course. Trust me, this is one hell of a roller coaster. This episode introduces us to the new characters, new location, and a bunch of lore! Without further ado, let's discuss the plot of episode 2. Episode 2 begins where the last one ended. Anna traverses through Athens and reaches a random house that belongs to Zeus' daughter, Aphrodite, who for some reason is referred to as his wife. Upon kicking her out of her own home, she tries to use magic to locate Zdenko and Hogwarts. The spell she uses is called Gypsy Eye. Now, I think he wanted to say Roman Eye, however, the series is in Croatian and he said Romsko Oko and not Rimsko Oko. I also think it makes it much more funnier. After locating him, Zeus comes out of nowhere with a powerful storm, and him and Anna end up in a duel. Anna uses 10% of her power and annihilates Zeus and flies off on her broom. Midway through her journey, her broom breaks because she's a fat cow, as everyone refers to her in private. She eventually reaches Hogwarts by falling through the roof into the school. The ballroom is empty and she starts singing a song, which is actually a parody of Denis Domjan's Elizabeta. But honestly, Am made the lyrics much better and made them fit very well with Anna's character. Originally, Zdenko was meant to be present at that scene, but that was scrapped. After finishing her song, she reaches the dining room and surprises Zdenko, who was eating a wiener. Zdenko runs off after absolutely roasting the living hell out of her, and the both end up singing a song. Banger, just like the first one. After the Grammy award-winning song, which is again a Denis parody of song YouTube Kraljica, Zdenko hides in a giant chessboard, and Anna tries to use magical expired crumbs to find him, but she is unsuccessful because she thought about her old friend Fabio. However, in her perspective, she has just met him because she is as old as the universe. Her perception of time is way different and slower. At least that's how Am explains it. I'm not a smart one here. In the next scene, Anna arrives at the stable. A few moments later, we learn why. Fabio is an anthropomorphic, gay, golden shining unicorn. He is surprised that Anna is still alive, and they end up talking to each other for a while, but things get explicit, let's say.
5 mi tu penceta. Cijela zemlja može na njeg stati.
Vrti moje koza jedna moja rača tvog.
Originally, it was meant to be much dirtier than what it is now, but thankfully Am has some common sense and decided it was best to censor it. The two end up in a fight and Anna leaves, and Fabio begins dancing on the bed with a remnant of that explicit scene, that being a miniature version of Anna in a form of a backpack. I think you understand everything now. Meanwhile, Zdenko visits his old friend, an old man, or some glowing entity named Tulipan. Zdenko asks Tulipan if he can use his powers to defeat Anna, but he says there is nothing he can do because she got possessed by the demons of the Imperium Romanum. What the fuck? Zdenko starts losing hope, but Tulipan suggests one last idea. He has to rap battle her. Zdenko agrees and heads to the highest tower of Hogwarts and waits for Anna to find him again. Upon arriving, the two spit absolute heat at each other and causes Anna to crash out after saying that the Imperium Romanum isn't everything and that it no longer exists. Though she wasn't fully defeated, she did flee from the scene and the episode cuts to black. Their fate, as of now, is unknown.
Vado ad inferis.
Whew, that was one hell of a ride. Imperium Romanum is absolutely a fever dream of a machinima, but nonetheless it fits well with the other classic parody type videos on the Balkan YouTube scene. We are still waiting on the third episode, which according to Am is going to have at least 5 songs and will be 40 minutes long. Bro is making a whole musical at this point. But anyways, thank you for sticking to the end. If you enjoyed the silly little recap, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell to never miss another upload from me. And please go support Am and FV content. Their channels will be linked in the description. And tell me in the comments if you want more of these recap videos. And if you do, I'll make sure to make more in the future. Well, see you in the next video, I guess.
Nema nazad i jedno mi je dovoljno bilo. Kad se snimo ne bira pa nego gleda film.